Whenever I teach critical thinking, I don't think of it as an assignment or just one skill that I'm going to accomplish. I want students to learn about critical thinking and writing as the same thing, and it's something we work on for the entire term. Naturally, I can't encapsulate that in just sort of one assignment. I want students to know from the beginning that every assignment and every writing assignment, informal and formal writing, is designed with an objective in mind. And all along the way, I always say that writing is thinking and thinking is writing. And one of the things about overcoming sort of students' sort of phobias about writing or working with things that they come to college with, and I'm thinking of the freshmen that I teach in the signature courses. By and large, they're 3 months removed from high school, and most of them, their experience with writing is with the AP English exams. And I tell them that I said, well, if you're going to be successful in college and to learn sort of academic writing and critical thinking, what does this mean is that it might mean that you have to let go of what you learned, some of the biases that you've had with preparing for the AP exams. Because let's be honest, AP English style of writing won't be particularly helpful to them, but it's all they know. And my big thing, I guess, with teaching, period, regardless of whether it's the undergraduate signature course or any of my other courses, is to remove fear from the students and to sort of let them know that they can take risks, that I want them to brainstorm. I want them to sort of take sort of these ideas that they have and not be worrying about the score at the end. So one of the strategies I have is very much it's a writing exercise, but the students know that it's informal. And I also tell them, especially the freshmen, because they're very worried about grades, that they just get a point for completing the exercise. And because it's informal writing, I tell them that I want them to brainstorm. I want them to take risks. We're all very busy and it feels like it's a lot of grading. And over the years, I developed this. And what's very helpful is the fact that I don't use a full sheet of paper. It's only a half sheet of paper with a very sort of simple, I don't want to call it a prompt, but basically something related to what I want them to think about and reflect on the reading. And I tell the students time and again that it's not a reading quiz. So I'm not testing them on whether they did the reading. I actually tell them, I expect that you've done the reading. It's actually whether you've thought about it. And specifically early on, I even write on there that I would like you to respond to this as a contribution to class discussion. And one of the biases that it removes for them is the fact that they are not, they're writing for ideas, they're writing about ideas, and they're writing for things to develop. And then I come back to this and ask them to expand upon it for a longer assignment, especially after we've read more, after I ask them to sort of incorporate things from lectures, and then from that half page, and it goes on. My first assignment that I give the freshmen is only a page long. I don't let them use outside sources, but there's plenty of reading that I've given them, and they can use lecture notes, of course. But they all have this urge then that they don't have enough to say, and a lot of them say, can I use another article? Can I look this up? And of course they're going to do something like Google or something, and I say, no, I don't want you to use anything outside of class. You've got plenty to work with, and to just use this one page. And the students find that expanding on what they started writing on, there's plenty to work on with that one page, because they can't. The other thing I guess I should mention is the reason why the first assignment is one page is that it also had them, I don't know how to say this, but to unlearn a bad habit of putting in fluff. For the students who are nervous about writing, they're used to putting in a lot of sort of filler sentences just to kind of fill up the page. And again, of course, the habit that some of them learn from AP English is that to write as many sentences as possible, whether they're connected or not. So they need to think carefully. And then they bring the draft to class and we go through it together. And they are other aspect of critical thinking is that just because they came to class with draft, they're not done. So it's another way to get them thinking about sort of writing as not being fixed. Just because you have it in a draft form on your laptop, that's not the end all and be all.